Hey you guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. In this video, I am sharing my first ever Homeworx by Slatkin candle review. Now this video is not sponsored in any way. I purchased all of these candles on my own from Amazon. I will have each one that I talk about today linked below in the description box. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I make lifestyle videos usually focused around home decor, organization, DIY projects, and that sort of thing. And I like to do the occasional haul and product review that is usually candles. So if any of that content is your jam, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. And let's get started talking about these Homeworx candles. So I just want to start off by saying I have been familiar with the Homeworx brand for probably 2 years maybe, and I've seen people in the candle community post about them on Instagram, but I had never bought it or tried any myself up until right now. So sometimes I would see people posting about them and I'd be like, huh, I'm interested in this. But I guess the only retailer was Home Shopping Network, I think, which I know nothing about, I'm not familiar with. And I would go and look online and everything was either unavailable or sold out. I felt like every time I was like checking to try to find a candle or a product, it was like not attainable. So I kind of just wrote the brand off for a while after I had checked the website multiple times looking for certain products and never could find them, or they're sold out or whatever. So I kind of just was like, eh. However, recently I saw some more people in the candle community posting about getting PR packages and trying out some of the candles, and some posts saying that they were now available at Ulta, and I was like, huh, that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, this is during the quarantine time of 2020, so I'm not able to go out to Ulta and just walk around sniffing candles. But I did see that some of them have been available on Amazon. Not all of them, which was kind of unfortunate because there were some scents that I was interested in trying that I wasn't able to purchase, but I picked out 5 different candles for Amazon. So all the Homeworx by Slatkin candles retailed, I think, at $22 on Amazon. They are 18 ounces, where Bath & Body Works candles are only 14.5. So you are paying more per ounce, but it is a bigger candle, and the jar is way more substantial. Like, it's pretty heavy duty. It's pretty fancy, like I said. And if you didn't know, my knowledge might not be 100% correct, but this is what I am aware of. Slatkin is the guy who started at Bath & Body Works and made like the original run of the candles at Bath & Body Works. I think it was called Slatkin & Co. That was before my time in candles. I was a child, but that's what I know to be the story, is he is the original creator of the Bath & Body Works candles, and then they separated and Slatkin started Homeworx. He might have other companies, I'm sure he does, I'm not sure on that, but he is originally affiliated with Bath & Body Works and creating, I think, a lot of those like signature scents that they're known for. So I'm gonna start off with the one that I actually started burning and that I was most excited to try, and that is Lemon Poppy Muffin. If you've watched any of my candle reviews in the past, you have heard me say that I do not like gourmand bakery scents. I think most of the time they smell very artificial, very sugary. It's just, they're not for me. I don't like them. I also typically don't like citrusy lemon scents. So, Annie, why'd you buy this candle? The reason this appealed to me is because I thought the two would balance each other pretty well without it smelling too citrusy or too, I guess, artificially sweet. And I was right. I actually really like this candle. The scent notes in it are poppy seeds, lemon zest, baked vanilla, and sparkling ginger. I don't know if I get the ginger in this. Ooh, it smells kind of smoky because of burning it. But I will say this smells true to what it's called. It really does smell like a poppy seed lemon muffin, and the throw on this is really good. I was burning it in my kitchen and I could smell it all the way in my living room. I would say it filled up the first floor of my home pretty well. I wouldn't say it was super strong, but it threw. So I'm definitely happy with this. If you like bakery scents, I'm sure you will like this. And if you are like me, who doesn't typically like bakery scents, I think you should still give this a try. You will probably like it. It definitely doesn't smell as artificial and like sickeningly sweet as a lot of the like gourmand Bath and Body Works candles, which is exactly what I was hoping for with this. So I can definitely appreciate that factor of it. And when I was bringing this, I definitely was like, man, I could go for a fresh baked muffin right now. So this was a win for me. Next, I'm gonna talk about the candle scent that surprised me the most, and that is Heirloom Orchard. This is the one I added last minute to my cart. I wanted to get 5 candles, but I honestly could not find 5 scents of Homeworx that I felt like I was really drawn to. And this was like the last one I added, being like, I probably am not gonna like it, but I'm gonna throw it in the cart anyway, so I have something else to talk about. And it is my favorite of the bunch, you guys. The scent notes on this read apple, Bartlett pear, oak wood, and fig. I'm gonna start off by saying I don't necessarily not like apple scents, they're just not my favorite. Like during the fall when a lot of those apple scents come out at Bath and Body Works, those are definitely not at the top of my list. I don't hate them, but I'm not like, this smells so good. They always smell very artificial to me, like a apple Jolly Rancher, and that is just not my thing. They're too sweet, too fake. And this, like I said, pleasantly surprised me. You do get the apple note, but the pear in this, I think, really comes forward, and it doesn't smell as straight up like green apple suckers. It's more subdued, and it just smells like really fresh. It's just super refreshing. It's crisp. It's not super sweet. It's not super like sour apple candy. I would say the apple and the pear are the top notes. They really balance each other out, but that oak wood, woodsy kind of tone in there, I think is what balances this out to not be so artificially sweet. You get a little bit of that kind of mellowed out wood smell in the background, which makes this candle a complete win for me. If you are someone who typically likes apple scents, I can imagine you will love this, but if you are even like me and you're like, I don't typically go for the apple scents, still give it a try because I think this will surprise you. Next up, I grabbed Vanilla Bean Macaron. This is kind of a standard vanilla candle, which is also not something I typically go for. I guess I like scents that are a little bit more complex. But this pleasantly surprised me. The fragrance notes are vanilla bean, whipped vanilla, brown sugar, and amber. So I think it is that amber in there that kind of tones it down and makes it not like sickeningly sweet. I absolutely love macaroons. They are probably one of my all-time favorite desserts. It's like such a treat when I get to have one. And I think it's really interesting how, yes, this is a vanilla candle, but I can really smell the macaroon in this. Like that, like the crispy little outer shells. Like you can smell that in here, which I think is pretty amazing. But otherwise it's a standard vanilla candle. If you like vanilla, you will love this candle. Again, I compliment this candle because it doesn't smell super artificial, which I feel like, again, a lot of the vanilla-y Bath and Body Works candles just smell too fake to me, where this smells like true vanilla. Like you stick your nose up to the vanilla extract, like that's what this smells. And like I said, you get just a tiny hint of that like cookie part of the macaroon in this. It's really great. I can definitely appreciate how authentic this smells. I wouldn't say I'm like dying over this candle and think it's the bomb.com, but for a vanilla candle, I'm impressed. Next up, I have the candle that I expected to love the most out of the bunch, and to me was the most disappointing, and that is Pineapple Colada. Again, if you are familiar with my videos, you probably know I love coconut scents. I love anything that is reminiscent of coconut and vacations and tropical kind of scents that just like take your mind away and smell like the beach. I love stuff like that. I know that's more of a niche scent. A lot of people aren't a fan of coconut, but that is my jam. And I especially love pina coladas, so I was really expecting to love this candle the most. The scent notes read fresh pineapple, coconut milk, Madagascar vanilla, and tangerine juice. And right when you open this up, the first note on top of everything is pineapple. But to me, it smells almost identical to a lot of the pineapple scents from Bath and Body Works that we see in the summer. It might actually be the same formula, who knows, I don't know. But this to me is so pineapple-y, you get almost no coconut in it, so which is why I was a little bit disappointed. I thought there would be a little bit more of a balance between the pineapple and the coconut. And you know, that could be true. Once I burn it, it might kind of even itself out. But sniffing it on cold, it's just a face full of pineapple, which I don't mind, but not really what I was hoping for. You get a little bit of that vanilla, I would say, so it's not as biting of like a citrus. I would probably compare this more to like a pineapple upside down cake. I also think it's interesting that there's cherries on here, but that is not listed in this scent. I thought that was indicative of maybe a little bit of cherry, kind of amaretto scent in the background, but nope. I would say this is mostly just straight up pineapple with a little bit of vanilla. But overall, this was a little bit disappointing to me as I expected to love it, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a disappointment just because there was other things in the group that surprised me more. Now, and on to the fifth and final candle now, which is Mountain Air. This was another one I bought expecting not to like. It's definitely out of my like smelly comfort zone, not something I would typically go for. You can just tell that it is going to be more of a masculine, fresh and clean type of scent, which are not my jam. So the scent notes are mountain sage, smoked vetiver, white cedar, and clementine zest. So right off the bat, I would not particularly classify this as a masculine candle, although it is in that grouping. It's not like a cologne scent. It's more fresh and clean and woodsy. You get that cedar, you get kind of like a pine balsam a little bit, although I wouldn't say it's nearly as strong as like fresh balsam from Bath & Body Works, nothing like that, but you have a little bit of those kind of undertones. I don't get any of that citrusy clementine in there, but I would say this is kind of like a smoky, woodsy, fresh and clean scent, if that makes sense. So when I bought this, I expected it to be much more cologne scented, like thinking mahogany teakwood from Bath & Body Works, which is a scent I do not like at all. I know some people love it and think it smells like a sexy man, but I think it smells like cheap cologne. Does not smell good to me. So I was expecting something similar to that, but maybe a little bit more mature smelling, I guess, but I would not classify this as a cologne scent. A little bit more on the masculine side, but it is definitely more fresh, clean, with a little bit of that woodsy pine undertone. This is nice. I would burn it. I wouldn't put it at the top of my list as something that I think smells like amazing. I think this would be a good gift for someone. It's a safe bet, I would say, as kind of a standard scent that most people would smell and be like, yeah, that's pretty nice. So if you stay away from like the fruity and the floral stuff, you will like this candle. All right, you guys, that does it for my Homeworx by Harry Slatkin candle review. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Hopefully this was helpful to you in some aspect. I like watching candle reviews because it helps me make decisions about candles that are only available online. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!